Hello, America. Your average American here again. Today we're going to talk about a disgusting truth. The disgusting truth that people still believe in this country, for some reason, that white supremacy is a thing, that it's okay, that it's something that you can teach your children, that you can believe in legally. Somehow, some of you have convinced yourselves that you have the right to be a racist. And I'm going to prove you wrong. Two main ways. With a new label that we're going to start using for you and your people. First of all, the Declaration of Independence is pretty clear. It says, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator, with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Now, I want you to make sure that I read that, because most of us Americans, we can't recite that. Not like we force our immigrants to do, right? But in there it says, endowed by their Creator. Notice how it doesn't say a certain God. Okay? So whoever your Creator is has endowed you with certain unalienable rights of equality. All men. And women and children, of course. Back then, men were heads of households and the only ones that could do things. So, please bear with me. History was not always perfect. And my verbiage is just representing that. Secondly, the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States of America. Now, I want to make this clear. We waged a war against a traitorous Confederate army. They didn't last very long. As fast as they could create the flag, we smushed it into the dirt. We lit that sumbitch on fire, and we said, if you cease and desist, we will forgive and we'll let you remain free people in this country. But I'm assuming that there was also the flip side of the conversation. There was always that, don't do it again, right? That's what I was taught. And I know this because I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And to the Republic, not the fucking Confederate, to the Republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. With liberty and justice for all. Nowhere in there, Republicans, does it say, for those I deem worthy. For those that follow a different God. As long as you're doing your God's work, and you're trying to be united in these fine states, these free states, you are supposed to be able to have liberty and justice across the board. What is white supremacy? It's terrorism. It was terrorism back then because we called them traitors. Remember? They waged war on us. We said we no longer believe that black people, people of color, anyone that we've enslaved, are cattle. We no longer believed that that was an appropriate thing to continue in a civilized society. Yes, disgustingly, there was a point in time where people on this planet viewed each other like animals. They've rewritten history, folks, to try to push that narrative. The Confederate battle flag is just that. I can't think of another flag that had such a little reign, yet still flies. But I find it utterly perplexing. What is terrorism? Because I'm sure some of you are twisted up by now. Terrorist? Oh God, I'm not a terrorist. I'm just racist. No, you're a fucking terrorist. By every definition, let me do this for you. Terrorism is, by definition, the unlawful use of violence, intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aim. Okay, Southern, Confederate flag waving, cunt sickles. How are you not a fucking terrorist? Southern pride? I've been to your fucking South. Now I'm from the West Coast, but I've been to the fucking South. I spent over 7 months in Johnson City, Tennessee, let alone, and I left because I refused to let my child be born in such a hateful place. All over the South, you have a mantra. It's hate in your heart and a smile on your face. It sounds and looks just like this. Oh, bless your heart. Fuck you. That's what we say on the West Coast. Fuck you. That's what it means. That's what we say. It's my experience that people on the East Coast also share this. It seems to be that some reason, the middle of our country, the South, middle, what the fuck, your Southern belt bullshit, have been allowed to teach that terrorism is normal. That white supremacy isn't terrorism. That you just gave it a fucking name. Entitlement, white supremacy, KKK, Aryan Nation, blah, blah, blah. You got different fucking names for this, but you're all terrorists. Why? Because your forefathers were traitors. We waged war because they were traitors. This isn't the divided states of America. It's not like Trump wants to try to claim. These aren't prideful fucking people. If they had their way, they would eject, at the very least, try to eject people of color. Now, I don't know how they're going to grow food. I don't know how they're going to pick food. I don't know how they're going to even have anything other than hot dogs. America was built by immigrants, forcefully built by immigrants, enslaved people by terrorists. It's not legal, people. The Constitution says that we're all created equal, that our Creator gives us, in this nation, equal rights. That's what I've been taught my whole life. Why is it when I look out the fucking window, why is it when I go to Walmart in certain parts of town, why is it when I go anywhere, people look at me like I'm some hate-filled piece of shit? You know, I think that's what I have the biggest problem with. And I'll admit it, I'm not free of racist behavior. In America, it has been hard not to fall into, knowledgeably or not, that category. And I get that. I get that people of my color, for wrong reasons, are ignorant as fuck to the reality of our neighbors. And I say neighbors because go to any city, whoever's watching this right now, go to your town. You'll have a Chinatown, you'll have a Little Mexico, and you'll have a black community. Now all of them will be really close together. Now on the outsides of that, you'll have what we call suburbia. You know, those people, those other people in these ghettos, in these bad parts of town that we don't uplift, we don't rebuild, the city doesn't fix, by the way. Taxpayer money isn't getting drowned into that. Okay, it's surrounded by suburbia, or as they call it, white people land. You got your ghettos, or in some places your inner city, whatever you want to fucking call it. And on the outskirts of those, you have places like Target. Not a Walmart, because it's cheap enough for them. But you got like Target and all these high-end, what I always considered to be white businesses. Why? Because you didn't see a lot of people of ethnicity frequenting these places. And then you grow up, and you're no longer a child, and you finally ask yourself, why are we all segregated? If segregation by law is illegal in this country, why is the black neighborhood school so underfunded, whereas the white school has got brand new plastic toys? Fucking $200 billion building filled with computers, top-of-the-line cameras, and cops. Cops that aren't beating people every day. Why? Here's another example. Go to any ghetto, and you'll see Walmart, right? But you won't always see a supercenter. I'm going to say that again. Walmart. When's the last time you've seen white people? Just a normal Walmart. Where are they located? Fucking stupid. How do you expect people to be patriotic in this country when, quite literally, the Constitution of America isn't being upheld by the cops, the politicians, or the fucking president of the goddamn United States? Why is it that all of a sudden I have a racist president who's financially backed by white supremacist groups, who's endorsed by KKK leaders, who has multiple times discredited, degraded, and was blatantly racist himself? The same man who's at every rally, people fly 3 flags. There's 4, but there's 3 that don't belong. The Confederate flag, the Trump flag, and the swastika flag. For some reason, that's in our country. That's protected under free speech. One of the most hate-filled symbols in all of fucking history is flown right next to a Trump sign. Every single rally. How, in my country, the land of the free, the brave, the equal, are you going to sit here and let that be legal? It's fucking terrorism. By definition, it's terrorism. Here's what I want to see done, America. I want you to put your balls where they belong. Hanging low, swinging. And I want you to take your dick and I want you to slap it across the face of these fucking politicians, and you force them to uphold the Constitution. You force them that when someone says the N-word to somebody and strips them of their dignity, of their pride, of their ability to even react, because they can't defend themselves. It's not legally allowed. They should be able to beat your ass for opening your fucking mouth and assaulting them like that with terrorism. Again, what is terrorism? What is terrorism? It's when you strip somebody of their rights. It's when you intimidate somebody because you fucking can. Or you think you can. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do, America? Well, we need to start treating terrorists like you're treating law-abiding black citizens. Meaning you need to start arresting them. It's disgusting that you see video after video of cop versus black guy. And the black guy's like, I've committed no crime. And he's like, you've obstructed justice. You've obstructed an investigation. An investigation on what? I didn't identify myself because I've committed no crime. Now I'm going to jail for what? Now you're beating on me? You're standing on my neck? You're killing me? For a non-violent crime? Yet white supremacists, Confederate-loving fucktards, faggots, traitors, not gay. That's what I'm not talking about. Has nothing to do with being gay, so don't get that twisted. It's just a fucking insult at this point. These Christian-loving, God-fearing, Christian fucks still think that they can ignore the Constitution and be terrorists and use their God. That's not what the Constitution says. That's not what the American flag represents. You're not allowed to be in this country. Your ancestors were pardoned, not you. You don't get to pick up the anvil and think that we're not going to fuck you up the same. Anyone that wants to use a racial slur needs to be charged with some version of a crime, an assault crime. If you can arrest people for failure to identify themselves because they've committed no crime, you can fuck up their constitutional rights because you're a cop, and like Trump just said on national television, they have immunity, then you need to start arresting people for terrorism in the streets, for terrorizing civilians, for political reasons. It's terrorism. So you say the N-word or any other disgusting racial slurs, and you should be put in jail. Just like if you punch someone in the face. Because it's not a curse word, people. It's not like saying fuck, shit, bitch. That's not like calling someone a fucking asshole. When I demean myself as a human being and I'm racist over somebody, that's what I'm being. And only I can do that. Let's just make it clear. Let me piss off the lot of you. You can't be racist against white people. I'm going to say it again. You cannot be racist against white people. Why? Because to be a racist, you have to have the ability to oppress people. You have to think that you're superior. I've never in my life been assaulted, robbed, or otherwise mistreated by anyone of color that I didn't first instigate problems with. I haven't always lived in a nice place. I don't come from privilege. Not at all. Other than what I benefit because of the color of my fucking skin, or the lack thereof, by the way. The lack of. I'm mutated. I'm like an albino in comparison to the rest of the fucking world. There's nothing superior about my lack of genetics. I'm tired of walking through my country not being able to talk to my fellow American because they've been raised to fear me. That is not the greatest fucking country in the world. That is not a free fucking country. I'm not free to talk to people without being perceived as a threat. It's not their fault. It's because their entire life, everybody that looked like me was probably doing something fucked up. At the very least, they ignore the situations in which their neighbor has lived. If you're not a terrorist yourself, you've successfully spent your entire life allowing terrorists to exist in your country unchecked. That's what I'm sick of, America. I'm sick and tired of sitting here day in and day out watching people be terrorists. Why we demean the terrorists on the others. We wage war on terrorists. That's what America was fucking built on. We fuck up fucked up people. We police the world, right or wrong. We go in there and we swing our dicks and we say, fuck you, democracy. Yet we come home with those same soldiers, those same fucking Americans that put their life at risk, and then we treat their family like what? That's not human. I can't go to a store, find products for this type of hair. Why? Why do I have to go to the back of the store to find a do-rag? Why do I have to go to specialty stores to find the oil to keep my scalp clean? Why is everything fucking segregated in this goddamn country? The fuck did we fight wars for? Why are we fighting war right now if we won't even deal with the terrorists at our own door? We need to change the laws. We need to make these Confederate loving fucktards shake in their boots like they're so comfortable making other people shake. I reject the idea of white supremacy. I don't feel superior. I feel like a walking billboard of bullshit. There's nothing to be prideful about my race. All we've done is rape and pillage the fucking world, steal, lie, manipulate. People want to talk about how criminal impoverished black communities, impoverished Hispanic communities, impoverished communities are. Go to any third world fucking country and see what they have to do to survive. In fact, go to any ghetto in any major fucking city, any place, and see how these people have to survive. Because they were born? What is wrong with you Republicans? You keep toting that every child, every human life is sacred, yet you can't even fucking respect your neighbor enough to make them have a school the same as yours. This isn't the land of the free, home of the brave. You all are cowards. Fucking cowards. You raised us to not be hateful. You raised us to be free Americans. You raised us to use our voice. Empower the people around us, and now you're telling me no? You're telling me I just have to fucking look away? I'm tired of being the fucking bad guy. I don't support the flag that they support. I don't support the ideas that they support. And I'm tired of being the poster child of such disgusting depravity. It's all my Americans of culture. Please don't stop fighting. Please don't stop changing laws. Please don't stop tearing down their fucking statues. I'd really like to know what you Confederate fucks think you're gonna do with men like me. How are you going to identify men like me, who, like my forefathers before me, had no issue slaughtering you for your disgusting ideas? I believe in a free America. And I don't want to wake up in 10 years and look back on this moment when we have so much to lose and say, like my forefathers, like my grandfather, my father before me, they did nothing. Generation of the not vote. Generation of the do nothing fucktards. You're complicit. You're terrorists by association. And if you don't fucking believe in Black Lives Matter, go eat a dick and die. I don't care who you are. No life can matter until their life matters. No other life can be considered until we're all fucking equal. You don't get to say, I won't even say it. I won't give you the dignity. I won't say it. It's fucking stupid. We all need to be equal. And until then, be prepared to be uncomfortable. Be prepared to not know who your enemy is. And be prepared to not know what we're going to do to you for being a terrorist. America, we deserve better. We expect better. And I'm not going to shut up until we are better. Black Lives Matter. Racism is a crime. It's a high crime, Mr. fucking Trump. Something you wouldn't fucking understand, Mr. I think I'm above the goddamn law. Fucking coward-ass bitch. If you can't answer this question, should white supremacy be allowed in America? If your answer to that is freedom of speech, you're a fucking traitor. You're a coward, you're a bitch, and you do not belong in America. You don't get to tell me to fucking leave. We're gonna tear it all down. It's the right thing to do because of what you've decided to make a reality, you racist fucks. So I reject this notion that this lack of pigment gives me any entitlement. In fact, I will throw away whatever entitlement I see myself gaining. Until all men are created equal, I have no interest in participating in your bullshit. Cops need to stop killing civilians. Racists need to stop existing in this country freely. If you can get arrested for driving on suspended, for jaywalking, for telling a cop to shut up, or to fuck off, then god damn it, if you're a racist piece of shit and you voice that and you act upon that, it's a hate crime. It's a terrorism charge. It's something that puts you in jail. Or you're gonna incite a war that I know you can't win. My forefathers beat your ass once. I ain't fucking scared of you inbred rednecks. And neither are people of substance. All my other Americans that you're secretly afraid of because you know you're fucking wrong and hateful. At the end of the day, you know it. You just don't care. So you don't belong. You don't belong in this country. Like and share. Peace. Love. Do something.